from Boston, in the ironically named Commonwealth of Massachusetts, in the upper right-hand corner of the United States that we call New England, on the continent of North America, rotating at 900 miles an hour, the blue marble that is the Earth, racing at 19 miles per second around the local star known as Sol, and in the fashionable western spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, common dimension 616. It's Fido Live number 160.
Hello.
Boy, have I been stressed this morning, Chief Colorist.
Yeah, I could tell. You've been very stressed. Are you feeling a little better now? Or?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
For those of you at home, sound deadening? Who needs sound deadening? No. We're authentic here. The original idea of Fido was just put a camera up in front of the drawing board and draw. Yeah, no. You don't need good sound. You don't need good video. You don't need good hosts.
Why? Has somebody commented on the sound?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking to myself.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll start this week's show with everyone's favorite segment, What the Chief Colorist Hath Wrought. A segment that weekly tests the vows of a 20-year marriage.
Nearly 20 years.
We'll be losing the Chief Colorist another couple of weeks. She's going on vacation.
Oh, I was going to say, don't say it like that, please. Don't say losing like that. Yeah. Well, we're hoping it's not going to be another 4.5 months vacation. We're hoping it's going to be maybe
so we won't have to do this segment when the Chief Colorist is around because, well, nothing will be colored. I have her do everything I don't want to do, like run the website, color the comic strip, pay the bills.
Which one is worse?
Yeah, all the things I don't want to do. Well, we have this is Monday. This is tomorrow. If anyone remembers, Dino used to be an elementary school teacher, and they fired him because he didn't have a college education. So the principal hauls him back in the office. You want to see me, sir? Dino, we'd like you to come back this September and teach your elementary school class. Didn't you fire me because I was incompetent? Yes, but you were the best teacher we ever had.
Oh.
The Chief Colorist tells me this is going to make me enemies amongst the teaching community.
The Chief Colorist also wants to remind people that the opinions of
I probably should read that. This one I have to read because I don't remember it. All opinions and views are solely those of the comic strip Fido, and in fact not necessarily those of the completely uncancelable and valued employee, creator and handsome man about town, Charles Lincoln Crosser III, who himself actually has no opinions on anything.
And of course, they're not the opinions of Vicky Marie Crosey first.
How come women don't name their kids after themselves?
Some do, but they don't do the second and third. They usually
yeah. All right, this is the Tuesday. Dino goes up to the cat boss, and they want to hire me back as an elementary school teacher this September. Were you expecting me to give you time off from your day job as a henchman? Well, if you could match them, maybe I'll stay here. I meant with money. She's hanging upside down in the torture chamber.
Torture. I know I'll be tortured.
I originally planned that just to be a torch on the wall, but the Chief Colorist has turned it into a support for that beam.
No?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's supposed to be water on the ground. It's a damp dungeon.
Yeah, I did water and
that's what you call
dirt. Like muddy.
All right, here is the Wednesday. Have all the animals, sort of Closet Cat with his hands folded, Fido throwing an airplane, Felicia fighting, Dino and Bo. They helped me get into shape for when I return to my teaching job this September. Teacher, I got to go to the bathroom. We'll fill out a hallway pass. Too late. After this, I can handle anything.
I just thought of something odd.
What's that?
I'm actually the second Vicky Crosey in your family.
Yeah. So.
I know. No. I am Vicky Crosey the second.
Hey, stop doxing yourself. So here's the Thursday. We have the henchmen deep into the lair. Of course, Bo, Dino, and Mia. Mia's the North Korean exchange henchman.
Oh, Jesus. Again, the opinions of this.
What?
I don't know. That's just wrong. On so many levels, it's wrong.
So Dina says, I'm going back to my old teaching job this September. The cat boss was nice enough to give me the time off to do it. He said I was doing an important job. He is a supervillain. This has got to be the worst thing he's ever done. I like how the excited little, he says he's doing an important job. Acting job done by Dino there. How long do you think we can keep that ash going? Oh, here is the Friday. And where are they on Friday?
In the bar.
They're in the bar. Yes, see, that is the bar. Just about the entire cast. We have the cat boss, Jane, Bogash, Dino, Felicia, Fido, and of course, Closet Cat. These two people are just filling up the background. Everyone, a toast to my best friend Dino, who finally got his teaching job back. This is the man who will shape the next generation. You humans are screwed. There's the Friday. Saturday. Dino, I don't like you. Who are you again? Ooh, sick burn. High five. No, seriously. Who was he? And like how, this guy's squaring up for a fight in a bar, and Dino's completely innocent, but everyone is ready to back him up. Well, there is the Saturday. We're through another week.
Wow.
And there's the following Monday. It looks like we're finally getting the 2 weeks ahead that I wanted to be comfortably. I'd like to get a month ahead before we lose the chief colorist, but that's probably not going to happen.
Will you stop saying lose the chief colorist? I don't like that terminology. Before the chief colorist goes on vacation, or before the chief colorist is not here for.
We'll call it a forced vacation.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, now everyone home thinks you're going to jail. Well, you probably shouldn't have been cooking that meth.
Honey, if I was cooking meth, I'd be a lot different than I am.
So,
doesn't make sense, but
yeah, Gary Beagler was telling a story about cooking meth under a bridge in Los Angeles.
I know, and the other people on his show were just like, "Oh, okay, the day I was cooking meth. Yeah, this one time in band camp."
All right, here is the start of a new week here at Fido the Comic Strip. We have Fido and Dino. No, sorry, Fido and Bogash. Dogs have to deal with all sorts of problems. Fleas, bad food, stupid owners, and don't get me started with cats. What do humans have to deal with? Dogs. As he systematically wrecked the apartment. I'm giving his statement. Okay. And here is the Tuesday. The chief colorist hasn't finished coloring yet. We have Fido and the cats. Fido says, I'm tired with how I'm being treated. It's the closest. Right? Usually have the animals, the people or the animals up here, bleed into the word balloons. That is the closest a character has come to the to the text. The whisker is touching the H. Usually I try to keep a little bit of airspace around the text characters. I'm tired with how I'm being treated. What does a dog have to do to get a little respect around here? Rodney Dangerfield act. As he sits and pouts. Have you tried being a cat? Of course, the cat gets respect. And that one back to the chief colorist so that she can
so cute
finish her magic.
Anyone knows who Rodney Dangerfield is.
Everyone knows who Rappin' Rodney Dangerfield is.
If you'd like to tell us who Rodney Dangerfield is, please do so.
I'm done with my mansplaining days. Yes, from henceforth, I shall never again mansplain to the chief colorist.
Yeah. I'll believe that when I don't hear it.
And of course, as you know, mansplaining is when a guy will over-explain something to a woman just to help her out.
Mansplaining. Gotta love it. The thing is, I have to ask him, who do you think you married? When he starts to tell me things about whatever.
So here is the Wednesday. Just looking at Tirecast. Don't need to introduce them. No. What do you mean, no? You can't go out for Chinese food. Now eat your dinner. Sure I can. I got your wallet. Those humans aren't as smart as they think they are. And they're not as fast runners either. As they're sitting in the Chinese food restaurant having. It looks like a peninsula poo-poo platter.
Yes, doesn't it?
Yes. Mixed drinks and little umbrellas sticking out of their drinks. There's a chicken wing. So I actually referenced those Chinese characters. One means home. One means good food. One means something else.
Mm-hmm.
Or something along those lines.
Well, now you're just going to make people Google.
Here is the Thursday. We have Felicia. And later on, Fido. And there's Dino. I'm a Bogash. Pat my tummy. No, the last time I did that, you clawed me. He goes away. He's on to me. And that is the last of the Chief Colorist work. Let's see. That goes up to the Thursday, the 14th. Let's pass that over. And what do we have here? 18, 19. No date on that one. 16. 15. Yeah, okay. And this brings us right to our stuff. Here is the Friday and the bar, of course. And we're going to call this foreshadowing. It's a sign of quality in your comic strips when the cartoonists include something called foreshadowing. Now, Google that word.
I was still waiting for you to stop mansplaining.
I told them I wouldn't mansplain anymore.
I know, but I thought maybe you might. Right.
So we have Dino, Closet Cat, and Fido. I had to figure it out. I had to count the number of tufts of hair and the whiskers to figure out who he was. What addiction is the hardest to quit? I don't know. You're not addicted to anything? I'm not a quitter. So it's an old joke about I'm going to try not to get preachy in the coming weeks, but we're going to do a storyline where Dino quits drinking. Let's try.
Okay.
Now let's try not to turn into douchebags, and while we do this comic strip. Okay, here is the Saturday, and you can hardly see this because, well, it's just on a Dixon Ticonderoga pencil. Again, Fido and Closet Cat. As the dog, I have to guard this place. Oh, can I help? I don't know. Do you have biting teeth like this? Yep, and claws. Do you know how to use them? Watch me work that ball. And he's passed out on the floor, a little woozy, big smile on his face. Well, what were we talking about? Was that a catnip ball? No. There's the Saturday. And Monday, our foreshadowing comes to fruition as Dino, waking up in the morning with a heavy head, says, "That's it. I'm quitting drinking for good." Fido's back here eating a donut. No more alcohol. Yep. From now on, I'm clean and sober. You'd have to bathe for that. Oh, one day at a time. Anyone who's been through the Friends of John program, one day at a time is one of their stupid phrases. It's not just a TV show with Bonnie, Valerie Bertinelli and Bonnie. Who's the mother? Valerie. Yeah.
Bonnie Franklin.
Franklin. Yeah.
And isn't that Friends of Bill?
Yeah. Friends of Bill W. Who did I say?
John.
Oh, yeah. Good thing I didn't say Bob. You know. Good thing.
Friends of Bob.
Oh, because then they think I was part of this big Dobbsian conspiracy.
Is it Dobbsian?
Bob Dobbs? You don't know.
A dog. Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't know J.R. Bob Dobbs.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Here is the Tuesday. We have Fido and Dino again on the couch. Dino's playing a video game. Fido's eating potato chips. It's easy to quit drinking alcohol. Just don't think about it. Fido asks, how long have you been sober? 2 days, 6 hours, 23 minutes, and 18 seconds. 17 minutes. Yeah. And this one doesn't have a date on it. We haven't done any of the drawing. And I'm going to pull a blank because I don't know what I had planned here, but I guess you already know the storyline. One character says, you quit drinking. And I guess this is Dino saying, yep, I figured I'd start taking life seriously. I'm going to be an elementary school teacher again. I should set a good example. I'm proud of you, Dino. And then there's a blank panel. And what do sober people do all day? I have no idea. So I'm guessing it's going to have to be a human, so it'll probably be Bo. This will be the, I guess this makes sense because Bo has been told yet that Dino quit. So it takes until Wednesday before the main human character realizes that the subordinate human character has quit drinking. What do you feel like doing today? We can get out the Dixon Ticonderoga white school pencils and pencil this sucker in. Or we can get out the Blackwing pencils and do the finish on this. Or we can get the Blackwing pencils and do the finish on this. Or we can get the brushes out and ink the characters.
Are you asking me?
No. I'm trying to make the decision myself. Or even do the background on this one. What do we feel like doing today? I would flip a coin, but there's more than two choices. What would be really useful here? I'm going to jostle Irving for a second because there's nobody online. You see, usually other live streams will have these things called audiences. Perhaps you've heard of an audience. It's when people are actually listening to or watching your podcast, and you can ask the people at home what they want to see. We don't have an audience.
We will. It's just not live necessarily. They don't know what they listen.
Yeah. Don't need no audience.
Don't need no stinking audience.
Okay, I guess we're doing the Blackwing pencil. That gives me the opportunity to introduce and explain the wonderful Blackwing pencil. Blackwing pencils were used by award-winning creators throughout the 20th century. Despite a cult following, they fell victim to cost-cutting measures in the 1990s. Yeah, the machine that made that little tip on the finial broke. Wasn't worth fixing it. And were discontinued, but not forgotten. Analog-minded devotees began paying as much as $40 for a single pencil, as opposed to $36 for this box of 12, which is much more of a bargain. I assure you. We acquired the brand in 2010 and brought Blackwing back for a growing culture of adults, musicians, and everyday people looking to unplug and live mindfully. Whatever the fuck that is.
Do that yet?
I don't know. I don't think I'm mindfully living. Grafted with Californian incense cedar and Japanese graphite. Everyone knows that the best incense cedar comes from those hippies in California, and the best graphite, of course, comes from the Japanese. Come on, silly.
Yeah, this is all common knowledge.
Iconic design. Iconic and replaceable eraser. Nobody's replacing this fucking worthless eraser. Sales benefit music and arts programs in schools. Whatever. My music and arts programs in schools sucked anyway. In fact, my art teacher in high school was so bad, I did not even know art school existed.
That is a travesty.
How fantastic would it have been to go straight from high school to a place where you can sit and look at naked women all day? Really? How did I not know this? All right, I got to put a pencil in, a point on this pencil. Sharpen it.
You want me to set you up?
I'm back. Did you miss me? Set me up for what?
Why would you put a point in?
See, you just stepped on that joke.
I
Because
know.
otherwise it's pointless.
I stepped on the joke.
I guess we know where the talent is in the family, folks. Which one am I doing here? The Saturday, which is Fido Garden, the place, or which one requires the most thought? Let's do the Saturday just because it's the next in line.
Well, that was thought right there.
Screw that. Yeah, that was thought. Now, as you all know, cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the face of the planet, so I have to wear this, a glove, to keep me from getting any more of my filth onto this page. And
As I blow cascades of smoke onto it.
what are we talking about? Wait a minute, look. I'll prove to you that besides the occasional ash, the smoke does not turn your page yellow.
You are kidding.
And I like to put down a piece of paper here because, as I've demonstrated many times in the past, these Blackwing pencils do tend to schmegmarize.
Yeah.
So, hey, everyone remember, this is not an excuse for a bit. I actually have to find a piece of paper to put down here. Hey, anyone remember Peanut the squirrel? Remember they took him from his human home and killed him?
Yeah.
Now it's saying Peanuts fighting the war in Valhalla. Well, in response to the federal government's murder of Peanut the squirrel, Californian squirrels have dropped their nice guy image. They're actually hunting down mice and voles and eating them carnivorously in California. That's how bad things have become in California. The squirrels are out of control. And speaking about how bad things are in California, now this is something I pulled on the internet, and the internet has always historically been a nasty, catty place. And they've said Kamala announces she will step away from politics to spend more time with vodka.
Oh.
A joke, obviously, but Kamala, I think maybe this is something you should embrace. Tell the world that, yeah, I've got an alcohol problem, because otherwise we'd have to assume that you were an incompetent idiot who should never have been vice president of the United States. Just a thought.
Does she hold a position in government?
I know, but she's not going to run for re-election. No.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, anyone see David Cornsweet, the new Superman in Elmo on Sesame Street?
Oh, you showed me
That
this.
was
It's
charming.
adorable.
He puts glasses on Elmo, and the Cookie Monster comes up and says, "Hello, strange monster." "Oh, Elmo, it's you." Where's Strange Monster go? By putting glasses on Elmo.
Changes him. Well, no, first David Cornsweet says to him, "No, trust." He says, "Is this really going to work?" "Yeah, it really works." "Okay."
So it was a cute little bit.
It was adorable.
So speaking about adorable, cute little bits, Sydney Sweeney has done a jeans commercial, which apparently has ignited some small corners of the internet, because Sydney Sweeney has great jeans, rather than GENES rather than JEANS. So they're talking eugenics, a blonde woman, of course, she's a Nazi. Whatever. I just want to remind everyone that when Brooke Shields?
Yeah, Brooke Shields.
When Brooke Shields did her jeans commercial, she was actually topless. Okay? Just putting that out there.
And significantly younger.
And significantly smaller breasts. It's good to see Sydney has taken off the weight. I think. I can't tell because those jeans are so goddamn baggy. We can't really tell. Yes. Oh, happy White History Month. I hadn't noticed that. I hadn't noticed that. So anyway,
cover that.
Speaking of Happy White History Month,
no,
Meghan Markle.
Now you're gonna get another.
Meghan Markle's As If brand wine has sold out, undoubtedly due to its quality and her star power. The next production of 24 bottles is expected to come out soon. In an unrelated story, Prince Harry is facing bankruptcy due to failed ridiculous investments, overspending, and losing a $100 million Netflix deal. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are on 24/7 divorce watch. Now, I'd like to point out that I was wondering why they allowed Prince Harry to marry this Hollywood trash.
Good Lord, not this again.
No. I'd like to point out a photo here that we have stolen from the internet of Prince Harry to the left. And on the right is James Hewitt, Lady Diana's riding instructor. Now, we can do this because we're cartoonists. I'm going to trace that nose. And let's get in here with a pair of scissors. Gonna cut out the nose and slide it in there. But I don't think I need to do it. Obviously, same nose, same look at the brow. And I can even, and these are photos from different distances, but if the forehead is the same size, the hairline identical. Look at how the widow's peak goes by. And the ear is always the most important thing. So we have 1 fold, 2 folds, 3 folds, 1 fold, 2 folds, 3 folds. Divot in the bottom, divot in the bottom. Chin. Neckline, neck pops out there a little. So James Hewitt is not a stranger to these suggestions that perhaps he might be Prince Harry's dad. This is from Vanity Fair 2017. The James Hewitt is Prince Harry's dad rumor, like the posh British version of the O.J. Simpson, Khloe Kardashian's dad, that just won't go away. Usually, thanks to some new interviews that resurfaces every few months or years, receiving a brief news cycle before returning to the storage bin of celebrity rumors and conspiracy theories, where it remains for the rest of time. James Hewitt, who met Princess Diana in 1986 as her horse riding instructor, and then struck up a 5-year affair with her while she was married to Prince Charles, has long been rumored to be Prince Harry's father. There is many a side-by-side composite out there attempting to make the case. What do you mean attempting? I think we did it pretty conclusively here. Despite the extreme improbability that this is the case, and the fact that he has repeatedly denied to be Harry's father, Hewitt is still being asked about the claim. He has been questioned about the rumor dating back to Harry's 18th birthday. Appearing on an Australian television program Sunday night over the weekend, Hewitt asked point blank if he was the prince's father, to which he replied, "No, of course I'm not. He's not. He's not. You guys," he added. At the way in which the rumor will not die is worse for Harry than it is for me. Probably. Poor chap. This is likely the only time Prince Harry will ever be referred to as poor chap, until, of course, after she's done with him. Hewitt, who has never married or had children, had plenty to say about his relationship with Diana, however. He said that their relationship quickly accelerated after the two first met. It's a gradual period, and then, suddenly you can't get enough of each other and see each other as much as you want, he said. Diana would usually flee to his farm for secret meetups. I'd cook, and Diana would wash up, he recalled. Just dinner, relaxing and laughing. We will likely never get an official comment from Harry on the matter, but we're likely to think he sighed this morning, scrolling through his phone over waffles, and sent a screenshot of Hewitt's interview to girlfriend Meghan Markle. This again? He texted, with a few angry, red-faced emojis, to which Marco responds, "Remember, babe, breathe in, breathe out. Find your equilibrium. Live in it." So I have here the two princelings. One on the left, obviously, is our Prince of Sussex, and the one on the right is the real legitimate deal. Now, let's look at the differences here. So I've got daddy and daddy on this side. I see a big forehead. We're off scale here, but check out the droop of Charles's nose with the droop of the prince's nose here. Check out the jawline. See how Charles's jawline sort of does this? Well, look, his jaw, but this kid's jawline juts out, down, out. Difference. Let's look at the ears. Big, floppy Charles ears, which he's known for. They used to call him Prince Ears.
They used to call him Prince Ears. Wow, you couldn't think of that one quick enough.
Whatever. I seem to
I know
remember.
what you mean.
I seem to remember the British making
Oh,
remarks.
they've always made fun of his ears, yeah.
Prince Harry doesn't have these huge ears. At the very least, point out Charles's ears, and that Harry. Oh, lucky you, Harry. You must have gotten Diana's ears. No, or someone's. So anyway, Prince Charles knows that's not his kid. That's why he let him marry her, because it doesn't fucking matter. He gave him a payoff, said, go off to America. I don't care. And he's being nice. The Queen accepted Harry as her grandson and left him all the money she could. You know, the Queen didn't care. Charles really doesn't care. He's got Camilla. For some reason, she was a hotter piece of ass than Diana. I don't know, but whatever. King Charles can do what he wants. But this man can never, will, and will never be king. This man will be. That's all there is.
He could be king, but it would take a catastrophic event.
No, they'll do a DNA test. They'll do a DNA test and brush him away. This kid or his kids will be the next king. This guy's lineage is going to peter out. And did Meghan ever give him children?
Oh, yeah, they've got like 3
Oh,
kids.
good. Okay. Because I was about to say his bloodline is going to be dead with the
No,
Hollywood trash.
They have like 3 kids.
Yeah, okay. So I hope I've mansplained this whole royal thing enough for all you Americans out there, so we never, ever, ever have to talk about these assholes again. But I fear we're going to be talking about Meghan Markle again soon. Let's keep Sydney Sweeney on the side just in case, because we. The reason why we do this is we're looking for a piece of paper to leave on the table, and so far it's Sydney. How you doing, Sydney? Yeah, that's nice to see you. Yeah, that was a nice jeans hat. Why do I have Disney on the page? Put a chicken and make her a lamb again.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Well, I wanted to point out that South Park was wrong. Woke is not dead. It's still alive and well, but I don't have that story at the moment. Hashtag fire Kevin Feige. Oh, hey, the Fantastic Four is confirmed amongst everyone in the internet to be a disappointment, or as they generally call it, a word that begins with B and M's and B, but you really can't say it because the connotation is sort of a terrorist nature. But let's say unsuccessful film. 269 worldwide on a close to 300.
Much larger budget.
Close to 300 million spent, and then a lot of marketing, and they only get half of that money back anyway. I don't think we'll ever have to. I don't think we'll have Pedro Pascal to kick around anymore. And we told you, female Silver Surfer was a deal breaker. You before you even started filming, and you wouldn't listen to us. Kevin, fuck you, Feige. Hashtag fire Kevin Feige. We told you it was a mistake. So Superman's doing a little bit better. 534 million worldwide. Hey, can anyone remember what that other guy, what's his name? Not James Gunn, but like the anti-James Gunn, who did the other Superman, the Man of Steel. What did Zack Snyder make? I'd hate to say the Snyder Bros were right, but I did enjoy the Snyder cut of the Justice League movie. And hey, what's really funny the Batman versus Superman, the one that was a disappointment to them,
Mm-hmm.
cost about as much as this film and made more money.
Shit, really?
Million for the Bat, and
Wow.
we're not even adjusting this shit for inflation.
Oh, damn.
So,
What are they doing anymore?
I guess Superman has been a disappointment. So, I think what we can say now, as of July, the superhero film is indeed dead. We would say, no, there's no superhero fatigue. There's bad movie fatigue.
Yeah.
I give up. So, Disney, do not spend $600 million on this film, plus another $200 million on marketing. You're really going to need that money to fix the parks. Do not make this film. And maybe you can give Kathy Kennedy a set of tits. So,
Oh my goodness.
seem to have her on the board. See how good she'd look with a set of tits? Yeah, look. Yeah. The Dinosaur movie. Dinosaur who did 731 million, which makes it it made a little bit of money.
Yeah, a little bit.
They want these movies to make a lot of money. Anything that makes they were expecting $1 billion. They'd be happy if Superman made 731 million. It'd make a little bit of money, but that's the way it is. Dinosaur, starring my birthday girl, Scarlett and her Johansson's. Always have a soft spot in my heart for Scarlett because I have an internet scammer who goes by the name of Scarlett Johansson, and well, they hit like on my comic strip, and now I can say, "Hey, Scarlett Johansson reads my comic strip." Yes, I'm sure that is not some dude from Africa or from the Middle East. Actually, he's from Scarlett Johansson. Apparently, has been spending a lot of time in the United Arab Emirates, and how I know this is because the person I'm speaking to online comes through on the internet through the UAE. So it's very cool that Scarlett Johansson is contacting me from the United Arab Emirates. Happy as hell that she reads and enjoys my comic strip. Now, who do we have today on the board? We doing Scarlett, who wished me happy birthday last June, or Sydney Sweeney? I hate to say Sydney Sweeney is more sort of popular in the news, and she did us a favor covering up her Sweeneys here, so I don't have to do it myself. I do, however, have to cover up Happy White History Month because that Happy Human. There we go. I got it. Yeah, I fixed it. YouTube, you don't have to censor me. There we go. Happy Human History. Okay, everyone happy? Good. Oh, and that's a J. See, it's just a typo. Jean. J. Yeah, J. Yeah, typo. Okay, that's all. So controversy settled. Now, doing all that, I've lost my point.
Oh no!
There you go. Let's get back on point. My cigar going out yet? Look at that. A cigar is like a woman. You don't give her constant attention, she's going to go out on you. I bet you didn't think I was going there with that one, huh? Cigar is like a woman. You set her on fire and suck on her and kink.
What the hell?
Cigar's like a woman. You set her on fire and suck on her, and well, she stays with you.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. Just say.
Sure it does. What? I don't set you afire. I don't set you afire, my lady.
Oh, see, I was thinking actually setting on.
Well, Happy History Month.
Literal.
Happy Human History Month. I think we may have come up to our title.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes. So I'm just refining the lines here, and you do this mindfully. Oh, hey, let's talk about this. Irving, camera one, could you zoom in here so these good folks at home can kind of see what we're doing here? What's that, Irving? No. Yeah, you could do that. No, but don't. Yeah. Okay.
What is he asking for?
Irving wants lunch.
Oh.
How we? Geez, that's a little bit. Irving, could you straighten up a bit? Close enough. Anyone at home, just tilt your head a little bit if this doesn't work for you. So, you go back and mindfully do these lines and just refine your character. Now, we're looking for expression here. The dialogue here is, as a dog, I have to guard this place. So we want Fido to look a little bit smug. So I got his. Now, normally, when you do your you can see what we're doing here. Normally, when I do my eyes at half mast, it makes them just look tired. But if you do the eye and just go up a little bit like that, that's smug. See the difference? Tired, smug. Yeah, I go up a little bit like that. And now he's like looking at you sort of like, as the dog around here, I have to mansplain everything to you, lowly cats. Secrets of professional cartooning. Taught to you here and only here at Fido Live. His ears just sort of flop down, and I sometimes use the tufts in the back of his head for expression, but I'm keeping him just all in the neutral so that it doesn't draw attention away from what we're looking for here. Now, arms crossed, yes, but this arm here is going to be expressing a little bit. So while I have it turned up here, I'm thinking about turning it to supline so that he can be doing this. So this hand's not changing. We're going to keep this as I originally designed it. But this hand, we've got to turn, and he's doing a mansplain, doot. Now, he's got to we got to show that he's supplined, so I have to put the thumb here. So this is going to look a little bit strange until you think about it. Let's see if we can do that. See if this actually works. Left, right. So no, the thumb would be down. I'm glad I did that. Thumb would be down here, as if dogs have thumbs.
They don't?
No, they lost it in the great thumb battle,
thumb
war of 2018.
You know,
1, 2, 3, 4. I challenge you to a thumb war. Well, the dogs lost. You know.
I was gonna say they just don't discuss that enough.
Well, that's why you come here to learn history like that. The man won't tell you that the secret reason why everyone is really upset that Sydney Sweeney has good genes is because it's true. That's her job. Her job is to be a pretty woman. Go figure. And the only reason why she's gotten any notice is because Hollywood tends to lately pick women who are less historically statuesque, smaller breasts. Let's just say a bit more normal average is what they've been picking. And that Sydney got any work at all, people pointed out, well, the Hollywood is starting to pick new actresses with breasts. And that made her career, that people noticed that she had titties. But they still try to cover them titties up as much as possible. Anybody see Madam Web?
She was in Madam Web?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, you couldn't tell because not only, that they covered them up, but then she had these big glasses on, and they
Oh,
fucked
they
up
did
her
the hot
hair.
put glasses
Oh
on
yeah,
routine?
and they fucked up her hair, and you wouldn't even know she was on in the underneath all there. All right, we're gonna make his jowls just a little bit bigger because he's in front of us here. And are we gonna change the smile? No, Closet Cat is going to just smile. Ooh, can I help? He just wants to get in there and be a cat. Hey, we have reached the important part of the segment when the cartoonist has to blow his nose.
Oh, we need a blow nose button. We can shut off the recording.
Well,
Or pause the recording.
it's better than sniffling into the camera. Sniffling into the microphone.
Arguably.
Sniffling into the whatever. Happy Human History Month, folks out there. Big happy eyes, and I'm gonna make the little dots in there, little Orphan Annie dots, because he's enchanted. And let's bring the eyebrows out more because you can't lift them any higher. They're bouncing off of his face. He's lifted his eye. And don't forget, Closet Cat has a flat head for streamlined ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I made a little mark here. I don't think you've noticed it, but I'm going to say that he's smiling so much, he has pulled back this jaw muscle back here. So we're doing an extra cat muscle in the mouth. Really.
For the acting.
Leonardo da Vinci did a sculpture in which the Greek god, whatever, is using this pinky to hold something. And whenever you use that pinky, let's see if I can do it. There's a muscle that flexes down here. And he showed that muscle that flexed down the arm here from the pinky. That is the same thing. I'll have you know. He has smiled so much, he has activated that muscle there on his little cat face. Now, you have to spend years researching cats, and you got to and they're covered in fur, so you got to shave the fur off the cats, and spend years researching cat anatomy to learn that muscle exists. That is the level of dedication your cartoonist here has gone through to learn how to bring to you the finest in cartooning. Now, as I've stated in the past, I would joint. See how the arms are his arms are like pretzels here. Usually, when I would do the arms, I would joint them, and you'd have but when you want to show movement, it works better to just spaghettify them. Noodleize the arms because it's just slightly funnier. And anyone can do a proper joint like that. All right, Closet Cat is quite emaciated. These are his hip joints, and there's rib cages. You have to imagine all of the bones and ligaments that are underneath the thin skin that's still covered in fur, yellow fur in this case for Closet Cat. The tail is an expressive thing on the cat. Usually when I have it moving there, it's marking deception. But in this case, it's just batshit happiness. And it's up to show that he's interested. Can I help? That's the idea of Closet Cat's tail. Okay, let's move on to his second panel as I continue to mansplain cartooning. We're going to have a battle here. Is this mansplaining cartooning or is this Happy Human History Month?
I think to keep things a little calmer, I would put mansplaining.
All right. Now, if I were to have drawn Fido's teeth in a more dog-like way, I'm not sure it would be as funny as him having a perfect set of human molars.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to go with the human molars. I know it's a controversial.
No.
And see, look, we're doing the noodle arm here to show movement. I know it's a controversial opinion, a move here made by the cartoonist, but I decided to give him human molars to show his biting teeth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is done, and we're starting to sniffle. Okay, can't sniffle on the microphone. Now, again with the eyes, what I'm doing is knocking out the back quarter of this eye. Now that shows worry, concern, or maybe interest. I decided to do a little bit of worry, concern on the eye thing here because Fido is completely bullshitting Closet Cat, but he's still got to play the role properly. And we're going to also do that with the eyebrow. Originally, I just planned on doing that. But if we add a little bit more of a hint, I don't think it's placed right. That's close. I want to bring that a little bit closer this way. A little bit more of a hint of the acting. And maybe not. But we work so hard to try to get like the perfect expression, but oftentimes you just, no one will notice it. You're wasting your time.
No, yeah, creating something.
Mm-hmm.
Which is never a waste of time.
No, I'm just doing what makes me feel happy. And why are we here?
To make you feel happy.
To make me fucking happy. You got that right, Toots. I got a stupid thing on Twitter. What would you do if you won $1 billion tomorrow? And I said, well, let's see. I think I still have to ink Monday's comics. I continue to draw the comic strip. Now, in this case, we're going to show Closet Cat's fangs.
Oh my.
But he's still completely happy and a vacant look, which is important, with a smile. And we'll make the tongue smaller so that we have more room for blackness, so that the blackness of it, so that when I do that, the fang will show against the background better. Flathead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he kind of looks like a Nickelodeon character now with gumball eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And now, yep, and claws. Now, normally, I suppose anyone would do, claws, or even like what we've done here, and just make the marks. Yep, and claws. But no, we're just going to do his fingers normally, with no sign whatsoever of actual claws. Does he have claws? Has he been declawed?
But Sometimes
I think it's kind of funnier if I don't show claws.
Yep.
And I might not even show the teeth. I'll have to think about that.
he may have, phantom claws. He feels like they're still there.
And see, this foot is planted, his weight is planted on that foot, but then this foot's dragging behind. Still, this has his body is leaned back, as you notice. So you have to figure out what's he standing on. And it's mostly actually that left foot with the right foot stepping forward. So he has stepped forward with that right foot and claws. And we're just going to have the tail following behind him, but I still want it up in the air to show interest. Whew. That's a hard day's cartooning you just saw there, folks. Yeah. I think I should change the top of his head there. I don't like how that looks. Oh, well. What did I say about cigars? Look at
They go out like women.
that. Yeah, they go out like women. Sure. Well, let's continue to mansplain the third panel once I get my pencil sharpened again. Don't hit Irving. Let's see if I can get Irving back where he was. Sorry about that, Irving. But you're in the way of my pencil sharpener. What can I say?
He forgives you.
Why don't we fix Irving's camera angle? Yeah. Wow. I get straight one way, and then it's not straight the other way. Everyone at home, tilt your heads. It'll be nice and straight. I'm gonna go back this way. No one will be seated for the exciting adjusting Irving process of the program. It is indeed the most fascinating part of the show. All right, we have watching me work that ball. Now, what I want to do is edge his body and have Closet Cat like lunging for the ball. But instead, we did him straight up and down. Now, why did we do that? Do I have to redraw this panel? I thought maybe with his head hanging out. We might have to redraw this whole panel. This is a complete rework.
This is not what you wanted.
Well,
I know.
For some reason, I did. Well, I was thinking he was very geeky, so I just did the straight line. But he's lunging for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make more sense to get a little bit more of that movement in here. So that would put his head somewhere down here and lunge the whole body. But we still have to remember that his feet have the starting point right where that, right where the edge of the table is. There it is. Yeah, you can't see it. The edge of the table is right behind him. Yeah, I got to redraw this whole panel. And you don't want to do it with the Blackwing because Blackwings are not really erasable. All right, get a Dixon Ticonderoga in here. These are the old pencils they made you do SAT tests with in school because they were so erasable. Well, we have to keep his feet where they are. So it's the torso that's going to change. Bend at the waist. And let's just get in there with the eraser and get rid of Closet Cat's head and shoulders. But we've got to remember that there is still behind here a full kitchen table, chair, which we threaten to lose when we do all this erasing. And baseboard. So head dipped. You want that angle. So that puts him uncomfortably right on top of Fido's finger.
Oh, ooh.
All right. So we might have to move Fido back, but let's continue drawing Closet Cat and decide. That head is a little bit on the small side, so let's bring it up a little bit more. Long neck. Remember the torso is going here. So we're going to shorten these arms to come up to there. Do a hemisphere on the circle, and that point right there is where he's looking. So you can draw a straight line on that center of plus, I mean on that hemisphere to where he's looking. And I'm going to we might bulge the eyes out a little bit. Okay, let's draw his jowls. And he's at full smile, so ooh, do we go this way to smile? I guess we have to. Now, I am not sure about that expression. Let's get everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, the expression is way off. I'm going to first bulge the eyes a bit. And I need a bigger smile, which I think are going to smile might just knock the jowls up because it's such a
smile.
What do you think of that? Let's get the nose.
Face altering smile.
We're in the neighborhood. It's just not happy enough. But it's got to be happy and goofy at the same time. Maybe the eyes are an overkill. Let's get him back here, bring him down smaller. Now see, the difference that made by making the eyes smaller and pulling them down there, it made the mouth look bigger. Let's erase that. Yeah, that was a good call. Let's get rid of that line because it's confusing us. We're getting closer. Now, I think it'd be funnier if this was... And there goes my pencil. I'll never see that one again. Well, let's get a new pencil. That one was reaching the end of its life, wasn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Now you better do a good job for me. Pencils straight out of the box, for some reason, have a layer of oil on them. So what I'm going to do is go up to Sydney Sweeney here and erase some of this stuff so I can hopefully get the oil off the eraser. Because this oil famously stains your page rather than erases anything. All right, back to work. I think would be funnier right here if this was more of a V. Let's see how that looks. Boom, boom. Ooh, now it kind of looks sloppy and rather suggestive.
Oh my.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna try that again. Oh, there's nose. We already decided we're going to do this with the jowls to make the mouth go up. And let's... See, you get the whole Bella Ramsey thing here with the mouth. Look to it, which is what I don't want. And I can't continue to erase and redraw. Maybe I'm doing this as a bit for the show.
Okay, Okay.
but I'm starting to hurt the paper. And that's it. We pulled the mouth back in that direction. And that's what we're living with. Well, thank you for visiting Fido Live. We are out of time. Yeah, we're over an hour. I guess we're calling this one Happy Human History Month or Mansplaining Comics.
Well, I know you want you want Happy History Month, Happy Human History Month, but you know, my sane rational mind says to do mansplaining, cartoonist.
Uh-huh.
But you know.
So, hey, Sydney Sweeney has some great jeans. Not really. They're kind of a cheap knockoff brand. American Indian is called? Well, no, it's called
American Eagle.
American Eagle. Thank you. American Eagle. I mean, they're horrible looking jeans. They're all like baggy, and remember back in the great days of the '80s where women painted these Jordache jeans on their asses, and you had like you could read their pulse through them. I guess we don't get those days anymore, do we? Oh well, we still have yoga pants to look at. So we're calling this Mansplaining Human History Month. Thank you for joining us for Fido Live, number 160, Mansplaining Human History Month, with special guests Sydney Sweeney, and I guess we also had Scarlett in her Johansson's. And we used our last Blackwing pencil, which is horrible, horrible, horrible. See you next week.
Bye.